Forgiveness starts with you. Attitude of gratitude. Forgiveness. Nothing blocks feelings of gratitude more than anger and resentment. That is why the practice of gratitude requires the work of forgiveness. You can feel grateful to your loved one who has abused you when you are still angry about their abuse, alcoholism, or insensitivity. Nor can you receive the gifts of a relationship that has ended when you still feel hurt over the betrayal, angry over the deceit, sorrowful over the abandonment. Nor should you. Forcing yourself to feel grateful when such negative feelings exist only compounds the injury. You have been hurt. Don't deny your woundedness. To top off everything else, healing in the form of acknowledging the pains, hurt, regrets, and mistakes need to happen first. However, there comes a time in the process of emotional resolution for forgiveness. But only forgiveness can move you out of victim stance, free you to move on. Depending on the kind of hurt you have suffered, this may need psychological and spiritual work. For no one can do it for you. No one can talk you into it. Only you can come to the place where you want to forgive. What helps the forgiveness process is to understand that resentment is a second-hand emotion. Cover up underlying feelings that you may never have expressed. Write a letter to your abuser. Write down in much detail all the effects and wounding had on you. Don't hold back. Then create a boundary. I will not stay with someone who is verbally abusing me. Someone who's unfaithful to me is abusing drug or alcohol. Then write a note of forgiveness to yourself for not having stated your boundaries before. And a note of thanks to your abuser for not learning that you won't let it happen again. Put a letter on your note in your forgiveness truck, and they will be permanently removed from you. Say a prayer for your abuser that they will to forgive themselves. Learn from the pain and hurt they caused you. If you really take the time to express fully your hurts and pains, and stay so hurt. You then recognize the gift in your particular suffering. In that moment, you move from victim to victor. Forgiveness leads to gratitude, and not just gratitude in general, but a beautiful healing movement to an outpouring of appreciation for the very thing that caused such pain in the first place. Thus in your suffering,